Hey, hey! Welcome to another episode of the Teacher's Lounge Talk Show. I am your host, Mrs. Piper, and it is wonderful to be joining you here every Thursday from 8 to 9 on the station WHPR TV 33. It is just wonderful, wonderful being in your living rooms, your bedrooms, your kitchens, wherever, however you're watching us. What's going on Facebook? How are you today or this evening? Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Before we get started here at the Teacher's Lounge, we have to thank Minister Malik Shabazz and the Get Up Stand Up Show for sharing this platform with us every Thursday for the 3 years we've been on. Now, I do want to correct something that Brother Cornell said. He doesn't give us this time, but it's so reasonable. You might as well. But it's very, very reasonable. But it's not given to us. Nothing's for free. You know, it's business. However, it's just an honor to work with Minister Malik Shabazz, and it's more of an honor for him to share what he has, share his lion's share with the Teacher's Lounge. We also must thank Available Geeks and Brother David Mohammed or Dawood Mohammed for being our sponsor for the 3 years that we are on and have been on and will continue to be on prayerfully on WHPR TV 33. Again, welcome Facebook. And how are you, Mr. Gardner?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm very happy we've been getting these half a days. If you're a Detroit public school teacher, I know you're happy you've been getting those half a days. You've been enjoying your half a days.
Listen. No one was as happier as I when I heard we get out at 12:10. I was very happy. Now, I couldn't show that in the classroom. I was like, oh, we're missing all this time. But, I was very, good. Because, and I'm glad that we have a leader that understands that people cannot function when it's hot. You can't breathe.
You were able to keep it together in the classroom?
Well, luckily mine has air conditioning, but many of our classrooms don't. And they suffered. Those kids came in my classroom breathing. Oh, it feels so good in here, Miss Piper. Oh, it's so hot in these other rooms. I'm like, wow, how blessed I am to have a room with air conditioning.
We didn't find out until we got to school Tuesday. And then the principal announced over the PA system that we were having a half a day.
Yeah, was it a party?
I was high-fiving all my
students. So we get dismissed too. So we get to go home too.
Yeah, we got to go home too.
Yeah, so it's a blessing. All that's a blessing. So again, thank you, Dr. V. Thank you, Mother Nature, for allowing us to just be able to enjoy the heat at home.
I know that's right.
Right? Listen, Brother Gardner, I am so excited about our guests this evening. We have two beautiful ladies from the Youth Mosaic Theater Program here in Detroit, Michigan.
Mosaic.
Yes, Lord, Mosaic. Now, I'm gonna try this name. And she's been correcting me all day. This is the beautiful woman on my far left. This is Miss Lauren Allier. Did I get it?
Ollier.
I've been saying Hollier, but it's Allier.
Ollier.
She wrote.
9 out of 10.
Oh, see, Sister Ollier. And Sister Ollier is communications and marketing specialist for the Mosaic Youth Theater. And can you just more of an introduction than what I could ever do? Can you just say hello to our audience, please?
Hello, world.
Yes.
I'm so glad to be here, and thank you to the Teacher's Lounge for allowing us a little time on your show today.
Oh, it's an honor. It is a complete honor.
We're thrilled. It's been a long day for us, but we are very excited to be here. We're glad you guys got a little break.
Yes.
That means that you'll help, feel some energy into us as well as we sit here inside under these beautiful lights. But Mosaic Youth Theater Detroit is a nonprofit organization that does youth development through the arts. Mm-hmm. And we love what we do because we get to work with wonderful people like Aria here and many other students from across the Metro Detroit area. So we have a variety of programs that we do that service the young people, but Aria is a part of our main stage singing ensemble.
So this is Aria, right? And Aria, please say hello to our audience. Tell them about yourself.
Hello, my name is Aria Wells. I am 17 years old. I attend North Farmington High School, and I've been in the Mosaic Main Stage Sing program for 4 years.
Yeah, so you can sing, huh? You can sing.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to put you on the spot and say, can you bust something out? Unless you want to. I'm not even going to put you on the spot and say, can you sing something before we leave this show? Unless you want to. So, we're just going to continue on with these wonderful ladies. And I just have to ask you, us being teachers, we're teachers. And I know the importance of youth education, and I know the importance of arts education, okay? And when the two are blended, magic happens.
Yeah.
Can you just tell our audience the importance of a creative arts, just the background and just the being involved in how important it is for a well-rounded youth?
Well, absolutely. So Mosaic was founded in 1992 around the fact that arts programs were being cut from the schools. And we all recognize that while you have these core classes and everything, they are very, very important for you being a well-rounded individual. But arts help to cultivate that well-roundedness, if that's even a real, thing, right? But everywhere there's art. In everything you do, there's art. In math, there's art. Like, there's an art to every single thing. And so we've actually done arts-infused education in some of the schools where we combine that love of music and theater to teach kids the solar system.
Wow.
So maybe now you learn the whole solar system because you learned it to a song. Or you know all your multiplication tables because you rapped them.
Yeah.
And we're seeing lots of teachers, just like yourselves, do these innovative things where they infuse what keeps kids interested, keeps them involved in their classwork, in their schoolwork. But with Mosaic, we spend about 10 hours every week with rehearsal and everything like that. So this young lady is working hard. She had a gig earlier today.
Oh, wow.
But it's really important to us to help fill that gap as it continues to be cut. Because while people recognize that the arts are important, we all love watching TV when we get home at night and seeing all these amazing actors on television. We love listening to music in the car, even while we're at work, not recognizing the way that art is actually touching us and just fusing into our souls and into our lives. So we try our best to help fill that gap and that void in the schools as well as after school to help young people find their outlet, because not everyone wants to be a rocket scientist or an engineer.
Or a basketball player.
Yes, but you may find that some people in Mosaic, they might go into the arts or they might go into biochemistry.
Sure.
They might go into forensic science. But that love of art helps keep them balanced. And that's one of the things that we like to see our young artists have a well-balanced life. We say that they produce excellence on stage and in life. So that's part of our way of infusing the arts into their curriculums and their lives and everything.
See, I really love what you said, because I could say, as a young person, I was very, very shy. When I was younger than you, very, very painfully shy, And when I got into theater, and I learned how to stand up straight, little things. Okay, we're getting in the structure from my producer, sorry. Just little things like standing up straight, projecting, chin up, be proud, shoulders back. I didn't know that, and I learned that by going into an arts program, So it is just so important. It cultivates you not just, academically, because you can learn to memorize, and which is a cute little rote skill you can use in education, But it really makes you feel and tap into yourself. So I'm just curious, can you share with us some of the activities, maybe some of the programs, some of your activities that you give to the kids that help to tap into them to make them a nice, rounded, socially acceptable human being? Am I making sense? I'm just so excited to have you here. I get a little discombobulated when I'm extra excited, and I just love the arts. I love the arts, and I know, because I know how important they are, and I know what it's done for me. So can you just talk about what type of activities can young people expect when they go to Youth Mosaic?
So this is a little hidden fact here, I guess. I'm actually a product of Mosaic Youth Theater District.
Wow.
So I was in the singing company from 2001 to 2007. And one of the big things for me at the time is I did not care for math. But what I learned while being in the singing company was a whole lot of fractions. Because singing and music, it's all measures, it's all math. And so that's one of the big ways, and you may feel the same way, I'm not sure. But for me, that helped me get through a lot of my math curriculum, was studying with my music director at the time, because he was very adamant about us having all of our music and everything like that together. And your timing is important when you're working with a large group. So when it's just you can sing and you can riff and you can do your own thing, but when you're in an ensemble, you have to find that collective voice. You have to find that unity, and that goes by working together, making sure that everyone is counting at the same rhythm and everyone is on the same sort of one accord.
Yeah, and that
right?
teamwork and that collaboration, everyone's encouraging you. I tell you, the art is where it's at, I'm telling you. It saved me. It saved me.
I feel the same way. And there's a literary side to all of this as well, because with our actors, they have to do a lot of research. Actually, in all of our companies, you have to do a large amount of research. So you have to find the discipline between your schoolwork as well as your Mosaic work to get everything done. So if we're doing a Shakespearean play and you're not quite familiar with the sonnet, or you're not quite familiar with the structure, iambic
pentameter, yes.
Tongue twister for me right there. But if you're not quite familiar with that, you have to do a little bit more research to really dig into why did they speak like that? Where does that come from? What sort of poetry is this? So we infuse it in a variety of ways, but lots of times it doesn't even seem like you're doing schoolwork.
Sure.
But in a way, you're actually preparing yourself and getting yourself better ready to tackle whatever book you might be reading in English class next week. And like you said, I started off pretty shy. Dee Lachey Strader, who is our music director, will be on a little bit later, but she can tell you firsthand, when I did my audition, I was kind of like quiet, and I was looking down a little bit more, and they had me start over to do it again. And then by the time that I graduated, I was like, hey world, how's it going? I was excited to be around people and to talk with people, and I developed this core group of friends that helped me feel like I belong somewhere. And that's one of the things that we've realized a lot with our young artists, is that they find a place where they feel like they belong.
Yeah. Is that what you found? Aria. Is that what you found by being in Youth Mosaic?
So yeah, I joined Mosaic main stage when I was 12 years old, and when the company was a lot older than me. I was the youngest person in my company when I joined, and I was really shy, like you said. I was really quiet, and it honestly took me a couple of years in the company till I came out of my shell more. And really, all my friends are in Mosaic, and they're my favorite people are in. And I get to see them every other day, 10 hours a week, and make music with them, and I love it.
I think that's so wonderful. So I'm just curious, in 5 years, where do you see yourself?
5 years. I'm really interested in, when I go off to college next year, I hope to go into music vocal performance.
Wow.
I'm really interested in opera, so that's something that I
so you're going to have to drop something. You're going to have to do something before we leave.
Before we leave, we're going to have to hear a little something.
Please.
Okay.
Yay! Yay! That's what, so, through Mosaic, you found out that you want to go into singing.
I mean, for me, I feel like a lot of people had to find, what was for them. For me, music has, I haven't had any other, thing that I wanted to do. And music has just forever been in my life and something I've always wanted to do. So, and being in Mosaic made that even more real for me.
And you're in Detroit, home of Motown, to be a singer. So, I mean, how wonderful is that? Now, I'm curious, has being a part of Mosaic, has it improved your grades any?
For me, I have always been a struggling student, and there was actually years in the past where I had to leave Mosaic because of my grades.
Wow.
So, because I was younger, 12, 13 years old, and for me, Mosaic is life. I have to rehearsal, I have to know my music and everything, and I've learned now, if I don't have my grades together, I'm not going to be in Mosaic, and Mosaic means everything to me. So I've been getting tutors, and Mosaic has even had tutors at rehearsals, really helped out with my education.
So you receive support, or just support, not just you giving, they give to you as well.
We also have a GPA requirement for the most part. We expect all of our young artists to be in good standing in school, because again, excellence on stage and in life.
Yes.
If your personal life is out of balance, just like we know as adults, then everything else is a little off kilter. And we want to make sure that they find that balance, that perfect equilibrium at an earlier age. I was the same way when I started off at Mosaic. There were a couple of times where I was like, oh yeah. But we had youth support staff that would come and make sure and do check-ins with everybody. We have regular evaluations that our young artists do, so that we can find out, okay, what's going on, how are you feeling about things, how things are going artistically as well as academically, just to make sure that, they feel the same love that we felt, because D. Lachey is also an alum of the program.
Yes.
So, you know, it's cultivating the whole versus just like portions. Again, back to fractions, see?
And just on a personal experience, I know my sister went to Mosaic. Deanna Gardner, that name ring a bell? Yeah, she went to Mosaic and enjoyed the experience of acting and singing, things of that nature. So I know firsthand it is a great program.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. And we put a lot of onus on the young artists to step up and be professional. So they refer to all of us by our first names. Or in my case, most people refer to me by my last name. I go by Olier in the office. But pretty much everyone else, because when you're a working professional on a set, no one is really going around calling you, you know, Mr. or Mrs.
Yeah,
it's just your first name. So we want them to get into the habit of that, so that when they go out for media calls, when they go out to actually like be cast in something for their auditions, they know how to approach the situation. So they're all treated with the same level of respect that we treat each other as adult staff. Mm-hmm. And their parents actually end up taking a little bit of a step out of it, which is sometimes, you know, a challenge at first, because you don't expect your student, your child, to have to bring in all the paperwork, make sure everything is filled out and taken care of. But we want them to get into the habit and the flow of doing those things for themselves, so that when they leave, they're prepared to do them later on.
Right. Aria, tell me about some of your experience. Have you traveled with Mosaic? Any big performances that you've done lately?
Well, last summer, I got to travel like out of state with Mosaic for the first time. We went on tour in New York last summer, and we're going again next month, New York City. And I've gotten to perform with Josh Groban on his tour.
Oh wow!
That was a really great experience. And I've so many experiences I can't even like.
So is it just is it a singing thing, or do you get to act as well?
For me, I'm in the main stage singing company, so I do it, the singing and dancing, lots of dancing. Even though there is no dancing company in Mosaic, there's always going to be.
Someone choreographers your moves, don't they?
Right?
Yes, and alum of the program.
Okay.
We actually partner with Lachelle School of Dance. Mm-hmm. And Caroline Goodman is one of the main people who has helped us out, and her sister as well. Yep, with choreographing a lot of our program.
See, that's beautiful. So, you know, so students have to bring you their report card. So I'm curious, how, when you had to sit out, because your grades weren't up to par, you got to sit down, like, listen, Aria, you can't be here anymore. I mean, how did that go, and how did that make you feel?
I remember being really upset. Like, that was my 8th grade year that I took off, and I was like, I have nothing to do anymore. Like, Mosaic is like, you know, gone, I don't have anything to do. But I really, like, my mom was like, she really helped me get myself together, as well as still being in contact with Dila and her reaching out and caring about how school was going for me, even when I was gone.
Yeah, see, that's special. That's special. Even when she wasn't in the program, someone from Mosaic still reached out to you. So that's family.
So are those grades now?
Yeah.
They're good. All right.
And you learned a valuable lesson when your grades booted you out, didn't you? And see, and that's what I appreciate hearing that about you, Mosaic Youth Program, is that grades are important. Because, you know, we can name some programs where you can fail and still participate, you know, and I never understood that. I never supported that. But I love that Mosaic gets behind the school district, gets behind the teacher, and it says if you can't get it down in the classroom, you cannot get it down on this stage. And that's just overwhelming, and I appreciate that support, and as a teacher, I thank you for that. You know, so I'm just curious, tell us about your summer program. We are approaching summer, and listen, people, it's important that you get your children registered now. Don't wait until the end of school, will be too late. Can you please tell us about your summer program?
Yeah, so we're doing a summer camp at our facility. We have 3 weeks of summer camp. We're going from about 9 in the morning, I want to say, until about 4 or 5 p.m. Unfortunately, it has reached capacity. And we have very long wait lists going on and everything like that. But we're very, very excited to have young artists as well to be joining the program. They'll be ranging in age from 7 to 11, I want to say. And it's going to be about 80 students that we'll have with us. And we have a variety of weeks: The Land of Oz, Shrek, trolls. So we're going to be tackling a lot of the fun things that they enjoy already, but bringing our own Mosaic spin to it for them and getting them all excited about, you know, enjoying that. And the Land of Oz is going to happen actually right before we go into production for The Wiz. So we'll be doing our summer alumni production where alums like myself and others can actually audition, and community members can audition for that show to be a part of Mosaic for this summer.
Do you have to be able to sing?
It is a musical. So
that will help.
Singing would help. But you know, not all musicals have super duper singers. Some of them can just sell it. So
Girl,
if you feel confident enough to come out to the audition, then June 9th at our facility at 3 p.m., you can bring yourself out there if you're 16 or over.
I got a Patti LaBelle lip sync. Girl, I do it all.
I mean,
With the
I guess
face. I do all of that. I do all of that.
And we can't find, you know. Might make it.
Where is Mosaic at? Where is it? Is it downtown?
Yes, we're located at the Sidney Miller campus of the DPS schools. So, like Shane and Verner is where we are about. But yep.
And you have children coming from all over Michigan.
Yes, we have kids coming from all over. And in the past, we've had people come from as far as Holly, Michigan. So as long as you have the will and the way, you are more than welcome to come and join us. We have auditions for youth, ages 10 to 18. If you're interested, June 12th, 13th, and 16th at our facility, 2251 Antietam Avenue. But yes, we have more information of that too on our website at www.mosaicdetroit.org.
Yes. Listen, we have to take a quick commercial break, okay? We got to pay some bills. We will be right back. We're going to do some switching around and come right back. We have Mosaic Youth Theater. I'm so excited. Mosaic Youth Theater, come back. Come right back. Yes. Yes. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh, we're still here. Wait a second. Okay. All right. All right. So let's bring you on, sweetie. And
You want to see? Because I'm going to watch it.
Switch up. The students should stay.
Yeah. All right.
Stay.
Oh, I'm still here.
yeah.
Oh,
We want to promote it, even
you
though
did a good job.
Mosaic needs no
Did
promotion.
we mention, is there a cost with it? We should ask them.
I
I guess
asked
we already asked that.
Yes, you can. That's what she
Let me check if anything else is. I like this.
You were doing
said.
good.
You gotta speak more into the mic. She's real shy. You gotta speak more into the mic.
Oh,
All right, so
and this is also what they think. So our school board is trying to bring the art start. The school starts in September. So we can have that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Perfect.
yeah, I'm slow. Which one? Dila, like Dila Shay. And you are.
The associate artistic director.
You just want to introduce yourself.
I was still hearing some slight feedback though.
I'm still working on
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get Uli in.
Yeah, I
So
knew
I
you
got
was working
holier in
on
this
it.
mind. You know, you
Back in the
That's her nephew.
I'm going live right now.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah.
you know,
They
they
have
have like a $5 trip. Let's talk about that. The $5 trip. The $5 trip. Yes, you got
I think
names.
cause.
$5.
Oh, yeah, people make me mad when they call me and they know I'm going live on Facebook. You my friend on Facebook. You sitting there, you holding the phone. I know you just got off social media. Before you call me, don't be rude. I mean, people just be petty. I mean,
I hear you.
I was on an
going live.
so I heard everybody got it. Yeah.
This is my man right here.
It wasn't like
Without Dave doing none of this was like possible.
because she did like 500.
Whoa! Those are two best ones.
Maybe not. Maybe only 200 because it was just the one. That's still
More than 10.
Yeah.
Right?
That woman was there for like hours.
Wow, probably had a smile on her face too.
No.
No? Oh.
If you're gonna be on how much you are.
No, it's just they have to be
You're
very
taking it
intense because
easy.
they're doing it freehand.
Yeah.
So she's like,
Yes, you are.
my hands are shaking.
Girl. And of course, you know, you can talk about the auditions and, you know, anything that you want to get out there, get out there. I wish I could see it.
So I personally believe that everyone can.
Yeah.
And I've heard so many
God.
times.
That's what
There's no such thing.
I saw it. Boom.
Are you familiar with Michelle Ferrell?
Yeah, I am.
Do you realize how deep her voice is?
Yeah, but she has a nice, jazzy, soulful voice. My voice is just dudish for no reason.
So what brought you to that conclusion?
Because someone said you sound like a dude.
And if we listen to everything someone said about us,
Probably all think we sound like dudes. And my husband doesn't help because I sing sometimes and he's always putting me down.
Marnie, so what do it mean when it say trying to go live? Why am I trying to?
Always putting me down. And I laugh at it, but I cry on the inside.
If you can hear the sound of my voice, do not call my phone when I'm going live.
Uh-oh.
Do not call my phone when I'm going live.
Tell him, watch him call just to be
That just ticks me off. It just gets under my skin. I know y'all on Facebook. Before you even think of dialing my number, you know I do the Teachers Lounge every Thursday from 8 to 9. Don't call my phone when I'm going live.
He said, don't call me. Y'all hear that?
maybe they're trying to call in and don't know how.
Yeah.
They know I'm on. They know I'm
Oh, I forgot to
They
get
just
a call
probably
number.
want to be on TV or something. I don't know what's wrong with me.
That's true. Funny, you see, you're just too funny.
Some people to tell off.
Okay. Hey, hey, welcome back. Welcome back to the Teachers Lounge Talk Show. We did our switcheroo. I don't know what's going on, but we're getting a lot of feedback here. But we're going to keep pressing through. We're going to press through. She did right here, I'm telling you. She did something. Terrible.
At least someone has my back in this year.
I need prayer. It's the ultimate prayer. That's what it is. Okay. And so for your audition days, is this something open to everyone? Like,
Yeah.
No matter age? You do,
Well, you have to be turning 11,
okay.
and then up to 18 for our artistic programs, because our programs generally run 11 to 18 for our ensembles that happen in the building. But we also have technical theater programs. It's leadership programs that actually pay.
Oh, good.
Talk about that.
Okay, we're going to try it again. We're back here live from the Teachers Lounge Talk Show. So wonderful to be back in the living rooms. And I did again to invite you in a conversation. If you have a question, a comment, a concern, give us a call here to Teachers Lounge. Our calling numbers are 313-868-0342 or 313-868-0351 or 313-868-4336. I am joined by Miss Falk. Hello, Miss Falk.
Hello.
We did our switcheroo, and we got Miss Falk. How you feel?
I'm feeling rested. These half days have been nice.
They really have been. And again, hats off to you, Dr. Beatty, for making a wise decision and knowing that people just can't learn, concentrate, focus when it's hard.
Some research just came out about that. I was just reading an article today.
That's real. That's
Shocking.
real. Yeah, it's real. It's real. And listen, anytime we cannot be in the school, I'm all for it. So, look, it's too hot, too cold, not sunny enough, whatever, closing it, okay? But I love my kids. I miss my kids. And I'll see you tomorrow. I think we'll be full day tomorrow.
It's in the 70s tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're going to be first full day of the week.
First full day of the week. And it's a Friday. So come on, you can't complain. So we're going to take it back to our wonderful guest from Youth Mosaic Theater.
We're joined by someone new.
Yes, please. You want to introduce yourself with your pretty self?
Oh, thanks.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. I'm I'm Dee Lachey Strader. I'm the Associate Artistic Director and Director of Music Programs at Mosaic. And as Lauren mentioned earlier, I'm also a Mosaic alum. So I've had a very interesting, in-depth experience with the organization. I started when I was 16.
Wow.
I kind of worked my way up, going through college and different things of that nature, realizing that I had something even more to give than I had been giving as a young artist. And so now just working with awesome young people like Aria and the wide variety of other young people that we work with in our home site as well as in schools and in our different community hubs.
So you're in schools too?
Yes, we actually get 13 residencies this school.
Wow.
Some DPS schools, some charters, and have also worked with some homeschool groups. Wow. So we've had a great time being able to just connect with the young people of the city and helping them to really maximize their potential, as well as just being able to celebrate who they are.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And I know you were saying you were part of that conversation with the school board that's decided to bring the arts into every DPS school next year.
Yeah,
Could you talk a little bit more about that and how you were able to help push that?
Well, we've been involved in some of the conversations. Dr. Reedy has actually been very open about communicating with creative development partners in the city. And so we've worked with, other organizations like Inside Out, Literary Arts Project. Mm-hmm. We've worked with Living Arts and with, the College for Creative Studies. And so we're all involved in that conversation. So he really is taking not only a proactive approach to meeting the needs of the young people, but also listening not only to the students, but the community members and the people who have been doing this work in various ways for quite some time.
That's so good to hear.
Mm-hmm. It really is. So I have to ask you, you said you're an alumni.
I am.
From Youth Mosaic program. What about Mosaic called you back?
So I was actually going to be an obstetrician, and before you say, hold on, wait, they stole you from medicine to do art, that was my track. That was what I was always, kind of being cultivated to do because I was really good in math and science. I picked up really quickly, and I have a way with people. I really appreciate being, involved in the human spirit and just seeing people bloom in so many different ways. So I wanted to deliver babies. I was doing gifted and talented programs every summer. And then the music director came to my middle school, and we didn't have a choir at the time, but I was an instrumental student. And we had to sing for the end of the year program, for the culminating ceremony for our 8th graders. And I was like, whoa, this singing thing is cool. Mm-hmm. So I went on to high school. I attended Detroit School of Arts and continued with Mosaic. And my first year in Mosaic, about 3 or 4 months in, the music director asked me to teach a class.
Wow.
So I taught a class and got bit by the teaching bug.
Yeah.
And so not only do I teach vocal music, but I also teach teachers about how to integrate arts into their classrooms. I am working with the National Guild for Community Arts Education, and we're talking about how to really infuse creative development in a lot of different platforms, and helping to cultivate the next generation of leaders in nonprofit work and youth work. So yeah, I just...
Wow.
But see, I love what I heard you say about integrating the arts and helping teachers do that. Because, I'm an advocate of youth, of Reader's Theater.
Yeah.
Love me some Reader's Theater. It really engages the children. The kids love it. And I could imagine some teachers will probably, their lessons will be more exciting, they'll bring them more to life. Have you seen that the teachers that you have helped, has it transformed their education? Has it made it stronger? Has it made it better in your opinion?
So I can only speak to how the young artists or how the students respond.
Please.
And when we're with them,
Yeah.
they're young artists. And so we did a study with the Marigold College and their Arts Infused Education program. And they studied a group of young people that we were working with in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade, and in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. So they started to follow them. And all of their scores improved in math, in science, in English language arts.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it made it more exciting, but it definitely made it stick better.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's the goal, right?
Yeah.
For them to enjoy what they're learning, so that it's not just something that they're absorbing to spit back out, but it's something that stays with them. And if we remember growing up, most of us grew up with Schoolhouse Rock.
Yes.
Everybody learns their ABCs, or most people learn their ABCs through the ABC song.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, as we have developed and experienced new things. Many of those things have kind of been taken out,
Sure.
but they help us to remember.
Yeah. You know, mnemonic education.
Exactly.
Yes, yes. So can you tell us about your student matinees?
Yes. So we do a full season of productions. We have amazing partnerships with cultural gyms in our city. We work with the Detroit Institute of Arts inside of the Detroit Film Theater, as well as the Retford Theater on the west side of Detroit. And when we do productions there, which happen in December, March, and May every year, we have the distinct privilege of having over 1,100 young people in the houses to be able to experience live theater and vocal music.
Wow.
And so our student matinee program allows schools to come to the performances for only $5 per student. And over the last few years, we've actually been able to get some really amazing partners that will cover some of those costs. We've had partnerships with the Detroit Public School Foundation, and they were even able to cut down the cost from $5 a student to $2.50 a student for DPS schools. We're hoping to get that back soon. But yeah, so they get to come. They not only get to watch the show, but then they also get to do a talk back with the young artists that are on stage and talk about the level of impact of being able to watch your peers do what they're doing, all of that memorization. And a lot of the stories that we tell are unique to Detroit stories. So we just finished a production called Northern Lights 1966, which was about a group of young people who attended Northern High School. And in '66, they did a walkout. But not only did they walk out, they started a Freedom School with college professors in the area because they wanted a better education. And so Aria was a part of that production. And I mean, there was just a lot of learning. And then a lot of the alumni came back to talk to Aria and the other cast members just about what that experience was like and why they did it. And also encouraging them to really take hold of their life and their education. And don't be quiet when you want something or when you need something.
And Aria, you've been in the production for a long time. Have you taken any leadership roles in any of the productions or in your community in Mosaic?
Well, in Mosaic, I am a leader in my own way, I guess. Helping like others learn music or choreography. Just helping.
So it's built your confidence to do that as well.
Yeah, a lot. Especially this season for me. I don't know what it was, but I got a lot more confidence in myself and a lot of growing.
And not just in Mosaic, but you've taken on leadership roles elsewhere and have auditioned for leadership positions, at your schools and things of that nature.
It's funny, sitting next to you, Aria, me, I'm a teacher, of course, and you seem like a nice, quiet, reserved child. Like if you were a student of mine, what a nice, sweet child, nice, quiet girl. You know what I mean? Sweet, sweet, sweet. So I could see, and I see students like you a lot. And unfortunately, they let their peers make, this brings them in. They become so introverted that it almost scares me, And it seems to me that being a part of Mosaic seems to have brought you out. Is that safe to say?
Yes,
Wow.
definitely. Yeah, like in my first year, I was just very, very quiet. Didn't talk to very many people. But 4 years in, I've met great people and made best friends. And, yeah.
So what would you say to a young person if they were interested in joining Mosaic?
Do it.
Look right into that camera. Look right into the camera and tell them do it.
It really has shaped me as a young person, as an artist.
Yeah.
And so for those who want to do it, is there a cost associated of being a part of the program? And how can someone, I know the summer program is full, but what are some other ways people can get involved and jump on board for our viewers that are interested?
So we have programs across the metropolitan area. We have a program partnership with Leland Community Affairs on the west side of Detroit. And all of the programming that we do there is absolutely free.
Wow.
Due to the generous donation and just support that we've gotten from the Fisher Foundation. And then we have programming for young people between the ages of 7 and 11 during the school year that happen on Saturdays. Because we know elementary schoolers, they have a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
So Saturdays also work. Our programs that happen on location, there are a lot of different ways that those programs happen. So one of our programs is our technical theater program, and it's a backstage apprenticeship paid internship apprenticeship program. So young people, between the ages of 16 and 19, we can accept 12 for our next year. And they work with tech theater professionals learning carpentry, set design, lighting design, sound, audio engineering, and then they run the show.
Yeah.
The young people are running the show. And they also get the opportunity, or had the opportunity this year, to go to the USITT, which is for lack of a better term, Disney World for technicians.
Wow.
And they take workshops and do other things. And then for what we call our main stage and our second stage programs for young people between the ages of 11 and 18 that want to do theater or vocal music, more than 40% of our young people are actually on full scholarship. And so the fees have ranged somewhere between $100 and $300, but again, more than 40% of our young people don't pay anything at all. Finances, we make sure that they are never a barrier. So if you need something, let us know and we'll go and get it.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. So what's the most surefire way for someone to get involved in the program that guarantees them a scholarship? Is it like you register by September? I mean, how can they really assure themselves that they'll in?
So we work really hard to create access opportunities to performing arts all year round. In our first stage Brightmore program that I mentioned that happens at Leland has a summer component. That registration hasn't opened up just yet, but we'll be able to accept up to 50 young people, absolutely free of charge. We're just trying to solidify the dates. And then for our second stage and main stage programs, those auditions are going to happen in just a few short weeks. So June 12th and 13th, and then also June 16th, young artists can come and share their gifts with us. Just show us who you are. You bring a monologue, or you can pick one while there. You sing a song of your choice, whatever it is that you want to do. And then we talk with you. We kind of get a better understanding of who you are, and then we make determinations. And we really try to, again, give everyone access to performing arts. So I firmly believe that there's somewhere for everybody. And even if that place isn't Mosaic because of whatever reason, maybe you can't rehearse the days we rehearse, then I personally have done this multiple times and will continue to, will find somewhere where you can continue to study.
That's amazing.
Because it's important to me. I had it growing up from elementary school through my college experience, and not only did I study music, but I've studied business, and there's just a lot of different areas that you're exposed to through creativity and through the arts.
And I love that student-focused approach. I think so often we get caught up in competing with organizations rather than just realizing that there are a lot of treasures in Detroit and we have to help promote them. And while Mosaic sounds incredible, it's really good to recognize that if it doesn't work for someone, then you can help get them an opportunity that will.
We always try to
it helps the kids.
Lots of strategic partnerships. And we've been doing a college invitational and college fair every year, where we invite universities from all over the United States to come and not only do a college fair that's completely open to the public, but we've also been doing a curated showcase for graduating seniors. And so they're able to audition right here in Detroit. They don't have to go to Florida. They don't have to go to Chicago for these colleges that are coming from everywhere. And Lauren can share with you dates because we don't have them right at top of mind, but it's usually like the second weekend in October. And everyone is welcome. You can get to Mosaic, come to the college fair, because they have lots of information.
And how can people get in touch with you to talk to you about getting involved? Hold on, caller.
Absolutely. Check out our website, www.mosaicdetroit.org, or give us a call. Our number has been the same for 26 years. 313-872-6910.
I'll be calling y'all tomorrow.
Come on.
Caller, welcome to the Teachers Lounge. What's your question?
Hello, Miss Piper. MC Gino checking in.
Hi, Gino. How are you, sir?
Great. Good show as always.
Thanks, Gino.
Always support the Mosaic Youth Theater.
Yes.
We need more theaters out there. We really do.
Yes, sir.
We need support.
Yes, sir. I
We
so
need
agree.
to. If we don't, we won't have. We need to support our youth. We really do. That's why I go to Career Day. I go to speaking engagement. I support the youth. So I definitely support the youth.
Excellent.
I really, really do.
If you have any young people, tell them about Mosaic
No
Youth
problem,
Program.
no
Tell them,
problem.
spread the
And a
word.
big thank you.
Oh, thank you
Nichols
so much.
Elementary Middle School, all out there yesterday.
Gino, you are number one.
Yesterday for Career Day.
Yes, sir.
And it's good they got those kids dismissed because of the heat.
Yes, sir.
So you guys take care and support the youth and also support the Teachers Lounge.
Yeah.
WHCR TV 33.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Gino, you are number one in our book.
We gotta get him to help do some advertising.
I know, right? Gino, you're just a good-hearted person. You're always welcome to call. Always welcome to call. Again, can you give your contact information out if people want to reach out to Mosaic?
You can visit www.mosaicdetroit.org to find out more information about our programs or how to sign up. Or you can give us a call at area code 313-872-6910. And one thing that I would love is to hear from more teachers. We're actually very interested, particularly in the coming weeks, in visiting schools and taking some of our alumni who are currently in college and they're back home to go and do a mini performance and answer any questions about Mosaic, and so that young people can find out more and see if it's something that they're interested in. So you want to call me.
You gonna do that?
I certainly am. I'm over here like, what?
Yes.
And is there a fee? Do you charge the school? You'll just come
It's
out?
already covered.
Now, it's testing time.
I do.
Kids are doing M-STEP. They're going into the left side of math. So
And they need brain breaks.
They do. I don't know how quickly we can get this approved because it's so time sensitive and we lost testing with these half days. But I tell you, I will definitely give you a call.
And it can be short. It can be 5, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It could be the last week.
It could be the last week. I love it. See, we're doing business. We're forgetting about our audience. Listen, I did say, because we have about a few minutes left, I did say that I did want to hear some people sing before we leave. So I'm not trying to put nobody under, pressure anybody or anything,
Why don't you sing the song you just wanted to do?
Sing that song, girl.
I recently did a competition with AXA with the NAACP, and then going off to nationals.
Congratulations!
Wow.
How exciting is that?
So it's called Seven Crudele.
Okay.
Seven crudeli mi faran glir, sempre fedeli si voglio amor.
Why'd you stop? That was beautiful. And you learned that at Mosaic?
I take private voice lessons.
Oh,
Practically trained. But Mosaic definitely helps out.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Like your girlfriend, you have a lot of talent. And I tell you will be blessed in everything that you do. I mean, my goodness. So again, can we talk about the auditions for Mosaic again? As we're running out of time, if people want to reach out and just give them that last piece of information about auditions for Mosaic.
You want to tell them already? Auditions are?
June 12th, 13th, and 16th.
I have it June 12th. The times are 4:30 to 8:45. June 13th, the times are 4:30 to 8:35, and June 16th, 10 a.m. to 1:45.
And you don't have to be there the entire time.
Mm-hmm. So you just audition and bounce out.
Yep, they're blocks, and so if you visit our website www.mosaicdetroit.org, you can sign up for a time slot, and then that way you won't have to wait around all day.
Can they show up without signing up, or you have to pre-register?
You can show up without signing up, but and we encourage you to sign up so that you can get the time that you want.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. And lower your wait time.
Right. Absolutely.
And I'm just curious, do you have anything for adults? I ask this all the time. It's great that youth are being taken care of with these free programs. I love it. I love it. However, do you have anything for adults that maybe want to go back and, revisit the little bug that bit them when they were younger?
In fact, we do. We are doing a production of The Wiz in August, and the production is open to community members and alumni 16 years and older.
So if you're interested in participating in the Wiz, then you can visit us on June 9th, right at our location, 2251 Antietam, and come out to audition. And there are roles for non-singers, so it's a musical, but there's a dance ensemble. There are roles that are specifically acting, and then there are the roles that cross all three.
So I'm curious, in a little bit of time that we have left, what would a day, once you're in the summer program, what would it look like? Would you start off with voice, then you go into drama, then you go into art design? What would a typical day look like?
So our young artists rotate through all types of performing arts. The day starts at about 9 a.m. and the young artists come in. They do community and team building activity collectively. After, of course, they're greeted by our staff and things of that nature. And then they break off into their specific groups. They're grouped off before they get there based on a variety of different things. One group will go to dance, while another group goes to theater, and another group goes to vocal music. And then they start to rotate throughout the day. In addition to that, we had some guests come out last year, and we were able to do some STEAM activities, and we were also able to do arts and crafts, and we plan to continue those partnerships this year. And then at the end of the day, after lunch and recess and all of their various classes, if you will, they come together and they do more team building. They kind of debrief their day and their camp experience, and then they're dismissed. And at the end of each week, there's a showcase production style that parents are invited to come out and see what their young people have been working on. So when you sign up for our summer camps, you can either sign up for 1 week at a time, or you can sign up for all 3 weeks.
Very cool.
And I'm hearing you say team building, team building.
Yeah.
Could you give me an idea of what a team building activity is at Youth Mosaic?
So most of our programs are ensemble based, and so while we cultivate individuals, we also recognize and value the just teamwork in general. And so team building could look like an acting game. Team building could look like creating a commercial to talk about, toothpaste.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is that the young artists want to talk about. Team building could be designing a poster or a backdrop for the showcase. We try to hit a lot of different learning styles and a lot of different interests when we do various team building activities.
I love that you hit on the learning styles. So Mosaic understands that there's multiple intelligences out there. Not everyone can respond to one way of learning. See, I respect that so much. I respect that so much. I tell you, we are going towards our last minute. You have any closing statements?
I just want to thank you all for coming out, and I think you're such a wonderful organization. I'm so glad our viewers got to learn about you.
Yes. Any closing remarks?
Thank you so much for having us.
Oh,
We are
please.
so excited that we're here and look forward to being able to connect with you all again.
Yes. You want to say anything else?
Thank you for pushing me out and making me
Oh, yes. And let me tell you, it's a pleasure. We will see you next Thursday here on the Teachers Lounge, 8 o'clock WHPR TV. Bye-bye. 8 to 9. See you next week. Yes. Excellent show. Go. High five. High five. High five. High five. Very nice, girl. You can sing.
I was the one that